This is the Ditch Witch JT1220 Mach 1 that is now Tier 4I compliant and has been upgraded so that it meets all the Tier 4I standards and qualifications. Some of the things that this drill offers to the market, if we start up here at the front of the unit, is an excellent anchoring system that's very, very, very good at holding the unit to the ground. If you look at visibility, it's superior for the operator to be able to see into the open top wrenches that are angled toward the operator so that he knows where his tool joint is at all times. As he views down in front and bores out, he has that visibility, or she has that visibility out into the drill pipe so that they can see as they make directional changes and the rate of penetration and so forth that they have. Certainly we've kept all the other controls the same as the 1220, so if an operator's ran the 1220 and get a new Tier 4I version, it's like running the old one, and there's no learning curve to do that. Let's move back and look at the engine enclosure. Certainly you know that on the JT1220 and the JT2020 and 3020 and our whole family of drills, we offer excellent engine access. As you can see, it's very easy to handle this as opposed to a single one-piece, very flimsy. This is very sturdy, very heavy duty, and in the event that you ever had to replace this for whatever reason, it's just a single component and not a large single piece. We on the Tier 4I, we took the opportunity to place a mid-hood that we learned from the 3020. Really strengthens this hood mount and gives it tremendous integrity. Some things about the engine is we use the Cummins 3.3, B3.3, that has been so successful and so reliable for us. And now we use the Tier 4I version. And looking at the engine enclosure, you'll also notice that we use these hydraulic pressure test ports. We do that on all of our drills so that in the event that they ever need to be serviced in the field, the service technician can just plug into those test ports rather than having to break a fitting loose and chance potential contamination. Also, some things that we do that separates us from others are we spend the money to go ahead and move our filters over here to the outside of the engine so that they're very accessible and easy to service. Competing models don't do that. They leave them on the other side of the engine, and they're very difficult to service, and it's just that extra that when you buy Ditch Witch, you know that we're making it serviceable for you. Now, some things, the differences between the Tier 2 version and the Tier 4I version starts here. You will see that there's no longer a fan mounted directly to the engine. Our cooling system has been changed to be very similar to that of a 3020 and a 4020 and now a 2020. And that is, we use a hydraulic controlled fan that the engine controls, and it senses the heat load and adjusts the fan speed to the cooling load. This does multiple things. First of all, it allows you to bring in ambient air into the cooler, and it pulls the air through the cooler rather than forcing hot air. You have ambient air. That means that our cooling system is, first of all, it's the latest and best design of cooling systems. It's much more efficient than what we had in the pusher fan, and it allows us to run very cool even in the hottest of temperatures. Now, the other thing that I want to point out is that our hydraulic system is sized to use about half the hydraulic oil capacity that competing models do. This is a huge advantage because when you go to service, it's half the cost to buy that oil, and it's half that much that you have to dispose of. Huge advantages by having this this better cooling system and using a very cool hydraulic system, which gives you longevity of life in your hydraulic components. As we move back then, one of the things that this fan does is it allows us to be the absolute quietest drill in the industry of this size. The JT1220 Tier 4i is 99 dBA. That's the quietest drill that I know of anywhere on the market, and it just allows you to go in neighborhoods such as that we're in and operate throughout the day without creating so much noise. It's very, very, very quiet. As we conclude, the JT1220 is very high performing. It's designed centered around customer input, customer request, and we've really designed it to focus on what those customer jobs are. One of the key things about the 1220 is its overall length is only 188 inches, and that was one of the key specs that the customers told us that they wanted, so that they could get in those tight confined spaces and work with this very compact, very powerful drill. Go out, you can now meet these requirements, sell, and enjoy. If you're an operator, enjoy the features and the performance of the proven, very productive Ditch Witch JT1220 Mach 1.